Welcome to the New World Championships, a Disc Golf Pro Tour Silver Series event. This is our FPO feature card coverage. Round 1, front 9.
We're in Jacksonville, Florida, and this is Maria Oliva and Holly Finley, and we are super excited to bring you this coverage today.
Let's check out hole 1, a par 3, 360-foot starting hole. It is very windy at this course, so whatever you choose, it needs to be wind-worthy. You can swing it out to the right, let the disc hyzer in left, and get yourself a birdie putt. Most importantly, you do not want to go into the woods on the left and then leave yourself an obstructed upshot.
Yeah, hole 1 is pretty straightforward visually, but it's a little tricky to get the birdie on it consistently just because of how windy it gets right here off these fields. It's an easy hyzer, but you still have to definitely get some power behind it.
Sarah Hokom starting us off. She throws a right-hand backhand hyzer shot. She makes it across the OB Creek area, and she has a circle 2 putt for birdie.
Weese. Yeah, and we know her backhand isn't her go-to, so that was pretty solid. Just getting a little wide with it, but it looks like she threw something halo, so definitely coming back. Not enough to get super close, but she's got a bit at it for sure. Chloe, a Florida native, here on our feature card. Excited to see her game. Haven't really watched her play much.
Ooh, middle route. High in the canopy, trickles left. It looks to be possibly inbound still.
You can't really tell off the tee sometimes on those, missed shots down the middle, but they tend to leak through the backside.
Jordan Lynds has been making an appearance across the tour scene this season. Excited to see some of her shots today. She swings a nice flex shot out there, and she has a circle 2 look at it.
I've never seen her play. I'm excited to see
me
what
too.
she's got.
There's Chloe over there on the edge of Narnia.
Yeah, it's definitely rough out here in the rough on this course.
And she didn't really have an option to go to the basket, just sort of pitch it out best she could. Jess with her traditional Annie floaty up shot.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things I like most about this course is how rough the rough is. Just because, there's not too much OB, but if you get off the fairway, it's really tricky to get back in.
Jordan Lynds does a full send. Let's see if Chloe Alice can sink this birdie putt.
Oof.
Oh, that was close. I'm glad to see these ladies going for it.
Yeah, it doesn't look too windy,
it was
does
much windier when we teed
That's what I was
at
thinking
9
too.
a.m. I'm just saying. Jess taps in her par putt here on hole 1.
I remember our chains rattling. Just saying, guys.
I agree. Sarah Hokom getting her par putt in. Jordan Lynds, just seeing that little jump putt and then this little comeback, that was solid.
Yeah.
Chloe Alice
good
with a
putting
bogey.
stroke.
Yeah.
Hole 2 is a double mando. It's a par 3 for us. Definitely don't see any of us really going for this hole. Most of us are kind of pitching up to the double mando and then getting an upshot to the basket. Yeah, it really just decides on what your upshot is your go-to shot, whether you want a sidearm or a backhand. You kind of choose the right side or the left side of the double mando.
Sometimes it pays off just to short the shot with a mid, so you don't have to really choose, an extreme left or right choice, which you might get from a fairway or a driver. Sarah Hokom up first. She's got a low shot about 6 feet off the ground. She makes it all the way to the sidewalk.
Yeah, and like you said, being short really isn't bad on this hole. It gets really tricky once you're really close to those two mando poles.
Because we can still reach the upshot even if we do the short positioning shot. Jessica Weese sends her drive out. It goes to the right and gets caught up in those trees, and she drops down. But she's not in a bad spot, actually.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be still a little tricky to get back. I wonder if she's going to go for it or lay up that double mando, depending on where she
I feel like she's kind of a girl that's going to go for it.
Definitely, you're right.
Lynds sends a shot right at the trees, and the disc finishes left, so she'll kind of have a pinched off angle. We'll get to see how good her hyzer game is. Oh.
Forehand. Oh, there it's coming back.
Didn't expect
Definitely
that.
a little left. Yeah. She didn't miss the mando, but
That's going to make it tricky to get to the basket, maybe. I mean, she's got power, though. She could probably still figure it out. Ooh, Weese sends it. Isn't her standstill sidearm just the nastiest thing you've ever seen?
Weird no skip, though. That was unfortunate.
Sand for you.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
That sand gives you no skip love. It's still a killer shot, though.
Yeah, that was a great shot.
Here's an angle I'm familiar with. See if she can get a flare skip. A little bitty one. That's decent. She'll have about a 50-footer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's got to take a yoga pose. Just send it, bend it.
She definitely got through.
I couldn't tell, actually.
Yeah, I was looking really hard.
I needed more time on those trees. Can I get a replay, please? Hokom, look at this positioning. That is primo. She does a nice high hyzer, and the tree.
Yeah, I don't know if it got caught up a little bit, or if it was just the sand again, but
it's still a putt.
Yeah.
Even if it did, fall down next to that tree. Easy with a floater.
Kind of
could have been closer. It's kind of windy for the long comebackers.
Yeah.
I mean, it was an hour round. They look like they're playing on a totally different day.
Yeah, and it really, I guess it was gusty the whole day. One hole it would be a little calm. You got on the next hole and it was just 20-mile-an-hour headwind. You never really knew what you were going to get out there.
Chloe goes for it. Jordan goes for it. Neither one make it. Let's see if Sarah can get it. Oh, off the front of the cage. And Weese off the top of the basket. That was a long comeback. On a windy day, I like to get mine, especially if I'm laying it up, just as close as possible.
Yeah, Jess looked a little frustrated. I'm sure she just wants to get off this hole and off to the next one.
It's a little early to be getting the bogeys.
Yeah, the wind was playing a little tough on this hole. Everyone on our card made good, but yeah, I read the wind totally wrong, and I also got a bogey like Jessica, so I totally feel how this hole can get away from you.
All right, let's make our way over to hole 3, a par 3, coming in at 304 feet. I feel like it plays a bit longer, possibly because the ceiling is fairly low. There's a lot of different gaps you can choose to get to the basket. If you're a person that enjoys a straight shot, it's perfectly set up for that. There's also 2 right routes for the dominant right-hand backhand player, where you can get a nice flare skip and get yourself a park job for a birdie putt. Ooh, I haven't seen this hole played by a sidearm player yet. So Sarah Hokom.
Little low, but definitely get some skip. Oh,
Ooh,
parked.
oh my God, 3 feet away.
Nice. Yeah, and this hole is pretty straightforward. It's not too far, only 304, but it gets a little tricky with that low-hanging branch right here. It doesn't look too low on camera, but it definitely gets to you on the tee.
Jordan Lynn takes the straight route, and she ends up about 36 feet away. It barely looks like she's throwing it, and then it just goes. I love seeing the game of new people, you know.
Yeah, it looks like we have a lot of new athletes coming into disc golf, and it's really great. I think it's elevating the sport for sure.
Yeah. Chloe's sidearm gets inside circle 2. She's been going for the long putt so far, so I'm expecting to see her go for that one as well. Jessica Weese with a sidearm that doesn't quite shape up like she expects. I'm sure there's some swirly wind going on down there.
Yeah, it looked like it died a little bit at the end. Maybe it was just the weird angle with whatever wind they were playing with out there.
She has a really successful sidearm chip shot. She'll have an easy putt for par. Chloe Alice, I kind of look like a 70% bid at it. That was a 100% bid. She's got a strong putt.
Yeah.
Jordan Lynds. All right, Weese gets her par putt in on hole 3. I just can't wait to play this hole tomorrow and the next day.
Me too.
It's such a fun one to birdie.
Yeah, it's kind of tough. Like I said, that lower hanging branch really gets to me, and it kind of scares me every time. But yeah, I really want to get this hole.
Did you see how hard her putt was? That
Yeah.
was solid.
We know all about that.
Yeah, we do. Sarah Hokom with a practically drop-in birdie. That's what you're looking for.
Yeah, that was a great shot.
Let's check out the top 10 leaderboard after 3 holes. Deanne Carey, who was a winner last week at the
3
Myrtle
for
Beach
3.
Open.
I'm Garrett Girthy. People know me as Double G. I've been making Double G craft jerky since I was 16 years old.
And while Kona and I are driving, don't have time to stop and eat, so I always have her grab me a small bag of Double G jerky.
You got smashed cracked pepper on Tuesday. Wednesday you got the garlic.
Late in the round, you know, hole 14, you might need a little pick-me-up. Pull out some Double G jerky.
Grab the big bag because you're gonna have to share.
You can find Double G craft jerky at doublegjerky.com.
What could we have here?
Fancy stuff here.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Good quality, super stiff, pretty grippy too, I would say.
I think I would throw every disc in this plastic.
All right, hole 4, par 3, 300, well, just 300 feet. This one's pretty simple. It did get a little gusty for us here, but yeah, it's just a mid shot or whatever disc you're comfortable with, and it's just straight, and you got to keep it low, but not too low because there's not much skip out here.
You can tell Maria's a big baller because she's like, yeah, you just throw a mid, no big deal. Throw your mid real low. It's like, whatever, get a birdie. Sarah
I corrected myself.
She gets about circle 2, maybe right outside circle 1.
Yeah, like I said, the trick is to get it really straight on this hole, because if you hyzer out, these palm trees right here make it really tricky to get a putt in. And same with the right side. There's no palms, but there's a couple trees there that just kind of get in your way.
Jordan Lynds gets to the circle. Let's see if she can get a putt at it. Chloe Alice throwing a sidearm. She gets hung up in the big branch, and she'll have a circle to look at it. It's going to be a weird putt, though.
It's looking good from Jess.
Yeah. Same branch Chloe hit, but Jess gets a little bit closer. Oh, this isn't quite circle one. What went on there?
I think
Did
she
hit
might
that
have
tree?
hit that tree, yeah. Still went, I think she still progressed forward, but I
Okay.
think she hit that tree, or at least that's what it sounded like.
Chloe Alice taking a knee. That's a really good layup.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right
that
up on the
branch is really
mulch.
right there. And
It's kind of killing your vibe for a putt.
yeah.
Weese sends it. Not quite enough to connect. She'll have a drop in par.
Sarah with the only close birdie look. Just low.
And Hokom does not connect on that birdie putt. And also misses the connection on the par comeback. Bit of frustration as she walks away.
Jordan taking her time even with the small ones. I like it.
Me
You love
too.
to see it.
Jordan playing par golf so
Yeah.
far, and that's looking delicious.
Yeah, this course is definitely one of those, like, I mean, there's a lot of gettable holes out here, but they can get away from you so easily. So pars are just your best friend.
Jessica Weese connects for her par here on hole 4.
Quick shoe tie.
Yeah, Chloe getting a par as well. Let's check out hole 5. Another par 3, 380 feet. The basket is straight ahead and slightly to the left. The mistake is going early left. There's a giant field here on the right. You can sort of call it a bailout zone, if you will, if you're not going to be aggressive and try to get into the green. If you want to just send something out and play it for par, it's very easy to do that. As you can see, the trees around the basket, again, you really have to contend to the wind. So, pay attention to the disc you choose. But again, this is birdieable for our division. I like the way this is looking from Jordan Lynds, but it's cutting kind of early. She'll be over in that corner, and there's a couple different sneaker routes that you can still get to the basket.
Yeah, for sure. Like you said, this hole is definitely gettable for a lot of us. It's definitely tough. Every time I've played it, it's been kind of a headwind. So yeah, pushing a stable disc off to the right side and having it come back into the green is definitely a play, kind of like Jess is doing here. Hopefully hers is stable enough to get there, but yeah, I think it clips something. But yeah, it's definitely a crush.
Yep, Chloe and Jessica landing in sort of the bailout zone, if you will, if you're not going to be aggressive and try to get into the green. Let's see what Sarah Hokom's going to do. That would be a really late turn for her at 380 feet,
Yeah.
and she'll be hanging out over there by Chloe.
Yeah, and I feel like the best miss on this hole is the right side. I think the left is a lot more littered with lower shrubs and trees that just make it really hard to get back to the green.
Yes, more obstructed. Easy with a standstill chip shot. She hits a tree coming in, but she's about 25 feet away. So I'd say that was a good upshot all in all. We get to see some versatility from Lynds here.
Yeah, that was a
Wow,
great
that was
forehand.
solid.
Very nice.
2 feet away. I'm just really impressed. I don't know anything about her game, and seeing it for the first time, it's just very polished. Sarah Hokom with a standstill upshot. What a perfect position she's in. Nice, open, right to the basket.
Chloe here
She's
with the
way up
putt,
there.
Yeah.
circle 2.
Ooh, that was close.
She's got good distance control. It dies right by the basket within,
Yeah,
inside
I've
the
noticed
bullseye,
that.
which is what you're looking for. And it's windy. Weese sends her putt, and she hits the top band, but she's only about 5 feet away.
Yeah, Jessica tends to struggle a little bit when it gets windy just because her putt's so lofty. I think it struggles to get to the basket quick.
Hokom taps in her easy par putt.
Everyone else is tapping in for the pars. Hole 6, par 5, 890 feet. This one it's just long. The drive is really technical just because you kind of have to shape a hyzer but not let it skip OB off this sidewalk to the left. And your next shot is right up here where we're getting to, where the stakes are. You want to land it as close to these stakes so your third shot is short, and then there's OB all along the left side of the basket and shrubs and trees on the backside, so it just makes it really tough, but I'm sure we're going to see some great shots on it.
Yeah, with the wind and the multiple OBs, there's no shame in playing this hole for par. Only if you have, I'd say, 2 perfectly long shots up front should you possibly, try to attack this for a birdie. Let's see how Jordan Lynds plays the hole. I think most important off the tee is just keep it in bounds. It's so easy to send a shot. It looks good, and next thing you know, you're hyzering over the sidewalk. And she's flirting with
Just
it,
like
and
that.
see,
Yeah.
that looked so good, and then it wasn't.
And the ground right here is honestly super slick. Like, I think all of the ones that even were just a little bit left leaked out just because it's super slick out here right now.
Chloe Alice up next on the tee of 6. She sends her patented hyzer flip shot, and it's going places. It's long. Wow, look at it.
Yeah, this is a great shot. This is definitely what you want. Because you really want to get as much distance as you can from the drive, but like you said, keep it in bounds, which is always the hardest part.
Sarah Hokom with a nice hyzer flip up.
This is a tough shot for a sidearm.
Yeah, she does it perfectly, though.
Yeah.
Jessica Weese opting for a sidearm.
Wow, I'm shocked she went for a sidearm here.
Nice flex shot. And she's in good position.
Yeah, didn't look like she put as much as she wanted on that one, but she's in bounds.
Jordan Lynds, because she went out of bounds, is now throwing her third shot. And it's again just another placement shot, and she's in an okay spot. From there, she can choose to lay up once again or try to go over or just attack the green altogether.
Sarah with another forehand. The forehand on this second shot works a lot better, I think, which is perfect for her. She definitely has a longer look at the birdie, though.
Jessica Weese also opting for a forehand layup. Look how that thing flipped up and flattened out. I love Jessica Weese's forehand. She lands in a good position as well.
Yeah, that was a great shot.
Wow, it's so neat to see so many forehands on one card.
Yeah, a lot of forehand players on this card for sure.
Chloe Alice with her sidearm up shot.
It's a little right, but I think it should be good.
Ooh,
Yeah,
she got as close to the ropes as anyone.
it's good though. It's what you want.
And Jordan decides not to try to go across, so she lays up once again. Hokom has a driver in her hand. feel like she's going to try to get as close as she can to the basket.
She misses these trees. It's looking really nice.
Beautiful upshot from Sarah Hokom. She's putting inside the circle for birdie.
Yeah, that was a great shot.
Jessica Weese sends a sidearm upshot over the out of bounds area.
Ooh.
And
I think she's still safe.
I think she is. Now, the closer you get to those trees, the closer you get to out of bounds, so stay away from those. Alice with a flex shot.
Nice, I think that's just outside the circle. Nice little forehand chip from Jordan.
She lands in the circle as well. Jessica Weese jump putts it up right under the basket. Chloe Alice for birdie. Oh, she nails
Nice.
it.
What a
Yeah,
great
run it
putt.
down, run it down. Yeah, a little basket tap. It's a great birdie to get on this par 5. See if Jordan Lynds can get her putt in.
Ooh, just a little right.
Yeah, she fails to connect. Sarah Hokom's putting for birdie here from about 20 feet. And she
Ooh.
misses right of the basket. No connection on that one. It's uncharacteristic of Sarah. She's been putting well all season.
Maybe it's just end of the season vibes. I feel like maybe
Also,
all of us.
the wind was swirly. It's like at one moment
Yeah,
it's in
true.
your face, the next moment it's like coming from behind you.
It's that weird stormy gust.
Yeah, we had
wind.
the Nicole storm going
Yeah.
on. All the names are hilarious. Nicole, I feel bad calling it a person's name. And
Oh,
Hokom fails to
no.
connect again. She leans back in frustration. There it is. Unfortunately, she picks up a bogey on that. You know, but
I
she
do
was
wonder though.
putting for birdie, so it's like after the couple missed putts, bogey doesn't really feel that bad.
No, I mean she can definitely shake that one off. But I do
Yeah.
wonder if it might be. I mean, I noticed on our card too, a couple of us were missing some shorties like that. I
Mhm.
wonder if it's like some of us trying to tweak some things in the off season and trying to commit during a tournament and whatnot. But yeah, we'll see. All right, after 6 holes, Deanne's still in the lead. She's got a pretty hefty lead at this point. Holly, Finley.
I've had some messages of people asking like, "Hey, are you still trying to be the pro? Are you, or what are you? What is your goal for the next couple of years? Like, when are you going to win again?" Basically, that question. So, yeah, tapping that win in just felt like, there you go, to like all the friends and fans and everyone who supported me throughout the last couple of years.
Here we are on hole 7, par 4, 467 feet. There is a mando. You can see it's indicated by the arrow on the tree to the right. If you're feeling aggressive, you can try to shape your shot inside the tunnel, which will give you that much shorter of an upshot and make the birdier that much easier. Otherwise, you can just sort of play safe, try to miss the mando, not miss it purposely, but play safe, outside of the mando. and then get your upshot inside the green. The way they've got this hole set up, you know, it's really a lot of room for error. The only error could be missing the Mando. Aside from that, I'd say the hole is fairly birdieable for us.
Yeah, for sure. It is tricky though, because it's just an intimidating tee shot because you do see that little opening there and you feel like you kind of want to go for it. But yeah, if you're laying up, it's definitely threeable, easy. I think the miss is definitely going long
Chloe
and getting
Alice,
into those trees.
yeah,
Just like that.
Yep, Chloe Alice and Jessica Weese both send side arms. They make it past the Mando. They'll both have upshots at the basket. Hokom with a sidearm. Let's see if hers can get a little more
Yeah, that's ideal. A little
ideal
short,
positioning.
but yeah, definitely easy upshot from there.
And Lynds with her only backhand shot. She does a slight turnover, but it's not going to hold the angle. It's going to hand out to the left. But you know what? That's actually a great position. You're looking right at the basket.
Yeah.
It just makes for a longer upshot. Lynds up first. It's low. She hits a tree. Aside from an extremely long putt, she'll have to play this hole for par.
Yeah, being further back definitely makes this hole a little trickier.
Hokom with a standstill sidearm. It's going towards the basket. It's rolling. It looks so cool with the dye on the disc.
Yeah, it looks good.
Optical illusions. Sarah Hokom will be putting for birdie.
Nice little chip up from Jordan. Yeah, she's going to have to settle with the par, which honestly feels not too good on this hole, like you were saying. But, yeah, we'll take pars.
And Chloe just a bit off on that putt, and she does a happy little jog over to the comeback. Sometimes instead of getting stressed out, you just like, oopsie. All right, let's go.
Yeah, she's doing a nice little reset, though.
Mm-hmm. And that was a bit left side, but she committed, I feel like.
Yeah, I think a little timid left side, but walk it off.
Bogey. She had a good drive, so that is unfortunate. Hokom's in birdie position. She slings that putt into the chains.
Her putt looks a little more direct during this run. Good from Jess.
And Weese captures the birdie as well. That's cool to see. And Lynds is back on the par train.
Hole 8, par 4, 800 feet. This is another one of the longer ones that I don't see a lot of us birdieing because of the wind out there today. But yeah, it's just a few hyzers up there and trying to get yourself up for a putt. The treachery on this hole is going OB right of this sidewalk you see here. And when you get up to the green, it's kind of a little island, really. But yeah, other than that, they're just kind of textbook hyzers. Get yourself a par and move on to the next hole. There's not too much separation on this hole. But yeah, I'm excited to see what the players on this card do, considering they're all dominant forehand players.
Weese has about a 380-foot backhand, but she has to use an Annie shape to get there most of the time. She does a flex shot and lands barely back in bounds. That was flirting with the OB, but, I mean, hey, she's safe.
Yeah.
I'd be nervous on that one.
Yeah, and these trees look a little close, but in reality, they're not too much of a worry when you get up to this tee.
Hokom taking this left route. That is unique.
We saw Emily Beach take that route today.
It works out great for her. She is inbounds. Jordan Lynds sends a hyzer shot. It went over the out of bounds, skips off the sidewalk, and she's inbound safe.
Yeah, her and Jess flirted a little bit with that OB, but
I love the sidewalk skip shot.
yeah.
Chloe Alice with the hyzer flip. She doesn't flirt with the sidewalk much. She just stays over that inbounds area the entire time.
He wants no part of OB.
Nobody does.
No.
Obi Nobi. Hokom up first. This will be her second shot.
Here we go. Here's a sidearm.
Yeah, this is... Oh, she swings it way away from the OB.
Yeah.
Not messing with it at all.
Yeah, great shot from Sarah.
Smart.
It's a tricky shot because it's bleeding back out to the OB, but she has such good ankle control that it doesn't even matter.
Jordan Lynn sends her second shot over the out of bounds, and she's back inbounds. Set up nicely for Lynds.
Chloe here looking to throw another hyzer. Again, not flirting with the OB at all, just hyzer flipping it up there, keeping it on hyzer the whole time, playing this hole really smart. Everyone is so far.
Weese with a sidearm up shot. Look at it go.
What a crush from Jessica.
Beautiful. And if she wants to, she could be aggressive and give that a run.
Definitely. I'm sure she will. These little wooden stakes kind of work as a backdrop.
Hokom's third shot, and she skips out of bounds. It looked like it was going to land on the green, and next thing you know, it's out of bounds on the backside.
Yeah, it just never caught.
Jordan Lynds with her third shot. Coming in, and she lands safe.
Yeah.
Chloe Alice taking her upshot from the knee. Also landing safe. Ooh, I feel like she's going to go for it.
I think so too.
Jessica Weese for birdie.
Ooh, just a little low, but she definitely gave it a bid.
You know what I love? A drop in par.
Facts.
And she'll be getting one of those.
Ooh.
Chloe Alice does not connect on her putt here on hole 8. Let's see if Sarah Hokom can.
Nice.
She does it. Hokom with a birdie. I'm sorry, a bogey after going out of bounds on the backside. Oh, Jordan Lynds.
Just a little high.
Yeah, hitting the band.
Committed though. That was a good putt.
See if Alice can connect this putt. And she doesn't. That's exactly what we saw on the previous hole. Identical.
Yeah. Maybe it's just she hasn't quite brushed it off yet.
It's always possible.
Yeah.
And Chloe Alice walking away with a double bogey, unfortunately. Lynds with a bogey.
Yeah,
Hokom with
maybe
a
this
bogey.
last one cut through a little bit.
Yeah, and Weese with the only par. That was a tough one. Yeah, let's check out hole 9. This is a par 5, 1,008 feet. Your first shot would just be to bite off as much distance as you can. It really doesn't matter where you land. There's just so much space to work with. It's hard to mess up the first shot. The second shot, you need to be a little smarter about the positioning. The second shot, you're going to be playing towards this tunnel, which is starting to shape towards the basket. And from here, you can do your upshot to the next positioning. You see the sidewalk on the right? That is out of bounds, so you need to take care with that. You can send an upshot as long as you can, close to the green. However, it is really windy, so you don't want to be careless with it. There's out of bounds on the left, as well as the sidewalk on the right. This is a hard hole to birdie, but if you have, consecutive perfect shots, it's doable.
Yeah, and this hole, I mean, it's long, it's straightforward, but man, it's really tricky because it was really windy and it was almost always a headwind when I practiced and played today.
Weese looks like she's setting up for the roller, or was it a super distant shot?
I think that was just a Sky Annie shot.
Sky Annie. She started so far off the tee pad. I was expecting something extreme, and then I lost it in the light. She gets way
pops
out
those
there,
out
though.
sometimes. You never know.
She does. Jessica Weese never letting you know her next move. Hokom sends a good shot out into the fairway. Let's see how far Jordan Lynds can send one. Got a lot of space to open up out here on hole 9. It looks like a controlled distance shot, and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, this is definitely the hole to just unleash on. I don't see many of us getting the birdie, but
Plenty of room to send it.
yeah, for sure.
Chloe Alice does a nice hyzer flip. Look how flat that got. She gets way out there.
That's a good rip.
We've got Jordan Lynds up with her second shot. It looks low and controlled. So another good positioning shot from her.
Yeah, and the trick on these second shots is to not have them, one, leak out of bounds on the right side or leak towards these trees. Because if you're in these trees, you really are not going to get any distance on your next shot.
There's no run up. It's low canopy.
Yeah.
You're going to have to do it in standstill or something awkward. Hokom does an upshot, and she looks to be in a good position as well. Chloe Alice, her very long drive. And look at this nice second shot of hers. That's really good shot shaping.
Yeah, she loves that hyzer flip.
Her disc must be extra flippy.
Yeah, she definitely probably put some on it too. The hyzer angle is definitely the easiest angle to put some power on.
And Weese flexes an overstable disc, keeps it rather low, and she is safe. That's a good position shot from Jessica Weese. And this would be Jordan Lynds' third shot. It was another low controlled shot. It looks as if she's playing the hole for par.
Yeah, probably trying to keep it low with all this wind right here off the highway.
Pro move. Hokom's shot, it just kind of looked like it didn't work out like she expected.
It just kind of died.
It died. That's what I was going to say. I just couldn't come up with a nice way to say it.
I got you.
And Jessica Weese is flirting with the out-of-bounds sidewalk. Let's see what the spotter has to say about it. And it's red. That's an OB, no B for Jessica Weese. And she played so well here, just coming down the tunnel. It's unfortunate to go OB here so close to the basket. Oh no, Chloe Alice flirts with the OB, and she is OB as well.
Yeah, you can see the wind really pick up right here off the road.
I hate to see it. Let's see if Jordan Lynds can keep her upshot inbound, so she's hit the Spanish moss. She's back in. She's safe.
So sketchy.
This hole is making me nervous. Let's see if Hokom can keep a clean upshot. Try to get a par here on hole 9. And she went long, but it's a safe putt.
sauce on that, but she's definitely got a putt.
I think she would have liked to be closer.
Yeah. It's a little windy on the screen for sure.
Jordan Lynds sends an upshot, and she has a drop-in putt. Weese has put on her sunglasses, so it's time for business. That's what I'm talking about.
There we go.
You want to make a putt, you put on the glasses.
You knew.
Don't I ever.
Sarah with a little routine putt.
She went long. It looked about 25 feet.
Yeah, it is a little elevated on the screen.
And Hokom
Nice.
connects left side. She'll get a par here on hole 9. Chloe
taking her
Alice's,
time.
yeah, her hair is a good windicator, I was thinking.
Yeah.
Even the shorties are tough in the hard wind. She smashes it in there, and she takes a bogey. As does Lynds.
No problem.
The wind's really picking up after the front 9 holes. Let's check out the top 10 leaderboard. Deanne Carey in first. Big tie for second. Weese in 6th. A couple of ties for 7th. And Jordan Lynds and Haley Childs tied for 9th.